Okay, all right, so now let's move on to making the lid for our box. Okay, so now excuse me, what I'm going to do is that I want the depth of the lid to be 1/2 inch. Okay, so if the depth is going to be 1/2 inch, then I will multiply that by 4 for both sides, because I'm going to fold it in to reinforce the lid. Okay, I'm going to be using just the cardstock. Okay, so 1/2 inch multiplied by 4 will give us 2 inches. Okay, so I'll add 2 inches to this size and this side. Okay, and that will give us what we have here to be, let me set this aside, to be 8 2/8 by 7 6/8. Okay, this is 6 2/8 plus 2 inches, 8 2/8. Here 5 6/8 plus 2 inches, 7 6/8. Okay, so now let me set that aside and then bring my scoreboard. Okay, now I'll lie this down and then score at 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch and 1 inch all round. Okay, I'll move it. I'm not lining it to this side. I'll give it a little space, very little, so that the lid will not be too tight on the box. Okay, just a very little space. I hope you can see the space I gave it, very tiny. So I'll just go at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Turn, shift it a little and then score 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Turn again, shift it, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and for the fourth side 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Now that is not all. Okay, while it is still okay, no, let me set the scoreboard aside, and then now for the center part, okay, this is what that's what I said we're not done. So I will line this back up at that 1 inch side and then give a tick mark at 1.5. okay, at 1.5, and then come down here and repeat the same thing. Okay, I'll just count 4 spaces from here. 1 2 3 4. That's where the tick mark will be, at opposite ends. Okay, and then line this up to any of the groove. Okay, so it's on 7 inches. So I'll give a tick mark at 6.5 up here, and then come here and repeat the same thing. 1 2 3 4, 6.5. We've done for this side. Now we'll turn this, line this up to 1 inch, confirm it. Okay, and then tick mark at 1.5. Come here, 1 2 3 4, another tick mark. Now this one I'll move it to 7.5 inch, and then confirm that is correct, and then give a tick mark at 1/2 inch away from that, and then come here, 1 2 3 4, 1/2 inch. So I'll set that aside. Now what I'm going to do next is I am going to be using pencil this time around. Okay, I cannot use biro because biro will leave a mark on the box. Okay, so here is my pencil. Don't laugh at it, it's small. Yeah, so it's the pencil I will now use to, I'll just line this, that's the tick marks at the opposite ends, and then draw from here, the center part, to here, and repeat the same thing on this other side at the tick mark. I'm not drawing the pencil from the tick mark. Okay, like so. then turn it, and then join the remaining tick marks like so. Okay, good. So now next thing I'm going, don't mind me, I didn't draw this completely, but it doesn't matter anyway. What I'm going to do next is to now cut out this center part. I'll cut it out completely. So using my ruler and my paper cutter, cut that out. Okay. And then the fourth one. Alright, so there we are. So now what I'll do next is to clean these pencil marks here. Sorry, I'm trying to get my my eraser. I can't seem to find it. But I don't know if this will work. Let me try it. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll just clean that off because we don't want pencil marks showing under the lid. Okay, all right, there. That's why I had to use pencil, because using a pen you will not be able to clean that mark off. All right, okay, here we are. So now next one I'm going to do is to measure inside this. This is roughly, let me say, approximately to 5 6/8. Okay, turn it once. 5 6/8 by exactly 6 2/8. So I'll be cutting my PVC into that size. Here's my PVC. Okay, so I'll cut into this center, not this one that we cut, okay, but this center score line. Okay, now we measured, that's 6 2/8 by 5 6/8. Line that up at 5 6/8. Okay, I'll score that first and cut that out first before going on to the next measurements. Okay, okay, so this is the 5 6/8. Then the second one is 6 2/8. So I'll turn it like this and then score at 6 2/8. Cut. Okay, now something that you have to do is, you know, that if you look closely, you will see a piece of the score line. Okay, so I'm just going to trim that off. I'll just line my ruler up just a little so that place will be very smooth. If not, it will not be smooth. So place that like so, and then okay. Now I can guarantee you that it's very smooth. Yeah, it is. Okay, so now next I'm going to do is to apply my double-sided tape inside. I have my small double-sided tape here, so I'll line it inside like so. Okay, shrink. Like this. And this. Okay, and then the last one like so. Okay, there. So now, in order not to cause any form of scratches and all on the PVC, I'm going to set it aside, okay, and then finish up with the sides first. Now next I'm going to do is to flip this over. You can see the score lines, right? So now I'm going to remove the 3 outer pieces of the 4 out of the 4 corners. In every corner there are 4 boxes. I'm removing the 3 outer ones, okay? So I'm going to do one on camera, and then I'll do the remaining 3 off camera. This is how I do my own cutting board. Whichever way you want to cut your own, go ahead and do that. Like so, and then trim off that score line. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this cutting on the remaining 3 parts, and I'll get back to you at that point. Alright, so here I am. I'm done with the cutting, okay? So now next thing I'm going to do is to turn it back. This is the inside part, this is the outside part, okay? And then I will fold and crease all the score lines, okay, carefully. Okay, now I'm done. I will now excuse me, apply my double-sided tape. Now this is the outer part, okay, the small tabs, that's where I'm applying my double-sided tape first, okay, like so, and then trim that off all round on all the 4 tabs. Like so. Okay, so I applied on all the 4 tabs. Now for the inside part, the outer flaps, I will also apply my double-sided tape like so. Turn and then trim that off. Now you see why I didn't fix the PVC sheet, because of the moving and shifting, so it doesn't scratch the PVC. Okay, turn. Okay. Alright, I still need a little piece here, so I have a small piece. I'll just line that up like so. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is to crease on all the double-sided tape. Okay, crease properly. Now I can now bring my PVC sheet and then line that up, okay, and then glue it down. So I can now peel off these backing tapes. Yes, there we are. Okay, now carefully line it up. So carefully. All right, there we are. Now I'll just crease that properly. Removing every bubble that I see. Yeah, okay, I'm almost done. There we are. So this is it, the cover, looking good. All right, now what I'm going to do next is to peel off the backing tape from the tabs. Okay, it's only the tab that you have to apply double-sided tape or your adhesive from the outside. Only the tabs, because they're the ones holding the box in place, making your your cardstock to look like a box. Okay, so I'll just fold this down and then bring this to meet this excuse me, like so, on all the four sides. Okay, so there. Now next thing is to peel off the backing tape from one of the four sides and then fold over, okay, and crease. So that's just okay, this one is opening, so you have to hold that down properly. I didn't hold it down properly, that's why it's opened. Okay, so fold this down as well and crease. Okay, fold and crease. Okay, this still opened, never mind, just hold that down, then fold this over to hold it down, and we are good to go. Now before lining that up, I will bring another piece of cardstock that doesn't no particular measurements. I'll just line that down and then bring my tissue and clean inside that PVC properly to remove every fingerprint or whatever. Okay, you know, our fingers has oil, to remove that properly. Okay, That's from the inside. There's still fingerprint on the outside. Bring this in and then cover your box. Okay, so that is that. And then you clean your the fingerprints from here as well, and you are good to go. So this is what we've been trying to make. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next tutorial.